Hello, hello, hello. I'm back again. Yeah, man. The real Bill real. Whoa, got some feedback here going on. Folks, I got a quick video for you today. I want to just bring this to your knowledge. Something that you probably are not aware of. Afeni Shakur, the mother of Tupac, died a few days ago. And nobody seems to be talking about the elephant in the room. That elephant being the fact that she married a man by the name of Gus Davis. Okay. And when she married Gus Davis, there was no prenup. About 2 months ago, there was an article that came out, and the article was talking about how she and him were not getting along and that they were headed for a divorce, and that what he was seeking was half of the 20 large that she was getting a month. 20 large, that's $20,000 for royalties and whatnot, from Tupac's estate. So I think they were married for 8 years. I think, I'm not sure, but in this article, what it said is that the lawyer, who was the same lawyer for Prince, okay, said that she did a good job of making sure that she set up a trust and that his name was not on it and blah, 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 blah. Okay. The way that these people work is they go to their meetings every week. Okay. And they help each other out. They say, hey, I got a situation going on. I need some help. Okay? Because a lot of, especially in entertainment, many entertainment lawyers are masons. Okay? Don't get it twisted. Many managers are masons. Okay? So what most likely happened, okay, is old Gust went to this attorney, and I understand that she had signed over it to some record executive at Warner Brothers. Okay, yeah, the same company that Prince had just won his settlement, that he had won the settlement to get back all of his music from. Yeah. So probably went to him and said, "Hey man, I got a problem. All right, she doesn't want to give me my money, and she's basically saying I'm ass out. I'm not getting anything because you never even met Tupac. Okay, so you're not entitled to any of his money. You know, it's funny how women like to do this. They don't like the game being played on them that they love to play on others. But anyway, I'm not speaking ill of uh, the deceased, Afeni Shakur, but I'm just bringing this up to you guys to let you guys understand some of the inner workings of how things possibly could go. So this happened 2 months ago. He was whining and complaining, saying that he needed 10 grand a month to do his thing. Okay, because I guess he had gotten used to a certain lifestyle that had been afforded him by his wife, Afeni Shakur. So I see that she died at 69, and I went over the net, several times. Went to several sites, my little backdoor ways, and all kinds of ways, and I could see nothing about cause of death other than a possible heart attack. What do you know? A possible heart attack. So remember what I told you guys about the heart attack guns. Okay, remember I told you about that. They can shoot somebody with it. When they go in to examine the body, they would barely even notice it. That the person had been shot with something that was frozen. Okay, that melted inside of their body. Next thing you know, it looks like they're having a heart attack. They're slumped over somewhere. Who knows? Okay, can have a freaking sniper somewhere. She could have been shot anywhere. Could have felt like a bee sting. Could have been coming from the grocery store. Could have had a sniper up in the window. In a 3-story building. Could have shot her. She, didn't think anything of it. Okay? So, we get back to the fact that there was no prenup. They died. She passed away and was still married to him. Now, I don't know what state that they were married in. Okay, I didn't do that much research. But what I do know is that when you go to a court and the attorney, most likely the judge, most likely the freaking record executive, most likely the person who is going to gain from it is all there, and they're all a part of the same secret society. What are the chances that they're going to tell him, sorry, buddy, there's no money for you? It doesn't work like that. So, I know I'm probably the only person bringing this up on YouTube, but it just struck me as rather odd that, obviously, like a lot of these celebrity deaths, you never hear that the person has been dealing with, illness for a while. Obviously I did, say that in the last video about Prince. There was a few things that were showing you up until the day, leading up to the time that he died, that there may have been some smoke, okay? But in the case of Afeni Shakur, you didn't hear anything about her dealing with any type of diabetes or having, high blood pressure, or, she didn't really look like she was overweight or anything like that, or, you never know with people, but there were no signs. So for her to just all up in a sudden, she dies, all right, 69, whatever. And knowing what was happening and, behind the scenes with her estranged husband, and knowing that, hey, this guy stands to gain quite a bit. I mean, if he becomes the executor, of the estate. Now, I could be grasping, but it's something that I think we should look at, because I think it's very odd how everything worked out. How she happened to die right before they were able to get that divorce. So, without a prenup, my bet is on old Gust that he may end up making out with a few shakes, few nods in his direction whenever this goes to court to decide whether or not he should be the executor, since he was the husband of Afeni Shakur. So stay tuned and we'll see how this pans out. I just wanted to drop this video and talk with you guys. I'll be talking with you later. Peace.